Final Fantasy XVI. This game has a perfect dodge and a parry, so it makes it into parry review. So the parry is a clash. You attack the enemy's attack right before it connects with you. What you want to do is you want to attack more or less when they're finished winding up and begin to swing their attack. That's when you want to attack. Since the parry is not a block, it is a clash, you have to attack slightly earlier, and that's why I tell you to attack when they start swinging. Now the perfect dodge is a more familiar defensive mechanic because you can dodge at the last second, kind of like a perfect block. Odds are you're gonna be perfect dodging in this game way more than you're gonna be parrying. Now both attacks deal extra damage, and the parry deals slightly more extra damage than the counterattack from the perfect dodge. But the major difference is that your parry is going to stop the enemy in his tracks. Like if you parry the first hit of a combo, you're gonna stagger your enemy completely. Whereas if you perfect dodge, you'll perfect dodge the first attack in the combo string, but then the enemy will continue attacking. You do have some iframes though on the perfect dodge and then on the counterattack from the perfect dodge, but I don't know exactly when the iframes begin and when they end, so if the enemy has an attack that has a lingering hitbox, you might still take damage. So if you want to be on the safe side, then yeah, do the clash parry instead of the perfect dodge. Just know that you're running a higher risk and your odds of failing the parry are greater than you failing the perfect dodge. So my only two problems with this game are the one that I already mentioned, where I wish the clash parry was instead a perfect block parry instead of what it is, which is attacking an attack. My other problem with this game is that, I don't know, maybe this is my own fault because I'm playing in action focused, right? Because the story focused is what seems to be easy mode. And so I chose the action focused difficulty setting, which I assume it's either normal mode or hard mode. I don't know. But my complaint is that enemies seem to be damage sponges. And also, whenever you're not perfect dodging or parrying, the game is pretty much a mindless button masher. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good action game, but it's just, I don't know, kind of simple. Feels kind of like Devil May Cry with training wheels, except that the Royal Guard in Devil May Cry just feels better. Even when you're not doing the Royal Release and you're just regular parrying and mitigating damage, right? Negating damage as Dante using the Royal Guard, that still feels somehow cooler than either the perfect dodge or the parry in this game. I will say the counterattack animation on the perfect dodge, the slash, that little blue line, that thing is so cool. That's my favorite part of perfect dodging. Also the parry, if you successfully parry and you use one of your skills will recharge quicker if you use them during the counterattack phase of your clash parry. Now, here's another thing I'm gonna say. Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, came out a year before this game, more or less. And I appreciate the parry more in Rebirth than I do here in 16. Now, both games have a yapping problem. I really thought that this one here, because it's more of a Devil May Cry clone, I really thought that Final Fantasy 16 would just let you skip cutscenes, and it does. It does let you skip cutscenes. It's just that it makes you skip 5 cutscenes in a row almost every time. And the game isn't quick about skipping the cutscenes either. Skipping the cutscenes is its own little chore. It's like a minigame. So the rhythm of this game, the way it works, is that there's an enemy encounter. Maybe there's 2 or 3 enemy encounters if you're lucky. And then you go back to skipping cutscenes or just walking and talking to NPCs. Now, I know why the game falls into this mistake, right? I understand why the game commits this mistake. It's because it's Final Fantasy, so the game is like trying to stay true to its roots or whatever. But stop that. Stop that. That's stupid. Stop it. Get help. The other day I reviewed Ninja Gaiden Black, the one from 2025, which is like a remaster or a remake. I don't know. It's a remaster, I think. And that game does a great job of like always sending enemies your way, always keeping you on your toes with the action. These games with the cutscenes and the yapping, it's annoying. It's annoying. It's stupid. It's what it is. If you're a person that likes cutscenes, great. Just know that you can watch them on YouTube. So instead of trying to eat while you play video games, just go and watch the cutscenes while you eat popcorn or eat a steak or whatever while you watch your video games cutscenes on YouTube. And it's crazy how long these cutscene movies are on YouTube. They're like 4 hour long videos. Some of them are even 10 hours, 10 hours or something. So there you go, 10 hours of content, right? So why are you watching cutscenes, which is like a mini movie? Why are you watching a movie when you're trying to play a video game? I don't get it. So on the parry metric, I'm going to give this game a 6.5. I was going to give it just a 6, but the game has a parry and a perfect dodge, so it gets a 6.5. It doesn't get a 7 out of 10 on the parry metric because it just feels kind of weak. The animation on the counterattacks of the perfect dodge and the parries, they feel cool and they look cool. But it also doesn't feel like you're dealing significantly more damage. You just deal slightly more damage than your regular attack. So, I don't know. I don't feel like the game is properly rewarding me for pulling off these perfect dodges and these parries. At the very least, the parry, the clash parry, should be like a game changer. Because I know for sure the perfect dodge is easier. It's just way easier to pull off. But no, they're both like very bland. You barely deal any extra damage. You just deal a little bit more extra damage. I don't know. I don't feel fully satisfied with the parry in this game. I'm happy it's there, but it's just like, it's missing something. And you know what? On the fun and enjoyment scale, we're giving it a 6.5 as well. 6.5 out of 10. Because I'm sure, like, people that aren't me probably found this game. I'm finding the game fun. I'm just saying, like, there's other people that probably think that like this game even more than me. I, however, am a parry connoisseur. This game was greatly hyped, like very, very greatly hyped when I heard about it, and when I kept hearing about it throughout the days after its release. But then I heard it's a Devil May Cry clone, and I thought, that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. And now that I've played it, I just want to play Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden. That's what I actually want to do. And I'll tell you something else. I think I'd rather just play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Even though I do prefer that in this game, it's like a solo type of thing. You know, you're your own character. You don't have to like switch between your three party members like you do in Final Fantasy VII. But I think both games could learn from each other. I think Final Fantasy XVI could implement some things from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, like the parry, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth could implement some things like letting you play solo with Cloud or whichever character you like. Because that's the thing with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Because there's party members, the enemies aren't just going to focus on you. They're going to, 30% of the time, they're going to attack your other party members instead of you, which means that you're going to miss out on 30% of the parries. And I guess that's all I have to say. So thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.